So another video, and a different type of video this time. This morning I'm driving from Alhaurin de la Torre in Malaga to a place called Chapparal Golf Club, called Chapparal, for a meeting this morning. And I thought, you know what a good opportunity to make a bit of content for the YouTube channel, because we're going to have to drive over probably the busiest stretch of motorway used in Malaga, and the gateway really to West Andalusia. If you're going to drive along the coast to the south, you have to go over this part of the motorway, or you literally have to drive all the way up to the A92 and go Sevilla way. So why not? And I thought while we're having the drive, I will ramble on about the towns we're going to pass and why I like them, really, and what's interesting about them. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the drive. See gorgeous sunrise again this morning. It's one of the things that always, even after 23 years, I wake up and drive to work, especially in the spring when the sun's low. Like now, the date is, so it's the 12th of April, 13th of April, sorry, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's just have this lovely sort of sunrise. It's gorgeous. So anyway, at the moment we're still in Alhaurin de la Torre. Okay, so this is where I live. We just this is one of the main roundabouts on the way out. Alhaurin de la Torre, fantastic town. I love it here, absolutely love it. I found, when I moved here, I found a very, very, very happy medium for myself, because I didn't particularly want to live on the coast. Had lived in the north in a place called Salou, and it was very touristy, and I've sort of done that. That part of my life was very fun, but I'd finished that part of my life, and as a family man I didn't feel like living there. But we initially moved inland to Andalusia, and it was a little bit too rural, I'm not going to lie. There wasn't enough going on, especially to run a business, so we ended up moving to Malaga, and this was actually the third town where we lived. And Alhaurin de la Torre is a great town, beautiful roundabouts, around 50,000 inhabitants, a lot of industry, mainly Spanish. There isn't that much of an expat community compared to other towns here. There is an expat community, but not that big at all. And there's quite a lot of wealthy Spanish actually live. You can see the houses off to the right hand side of the screen there, all the way up the hill, and the new developments there maybe. And because there's a lot of wealthy Spanish here, a lot of people have second homes, we tend to have a lot of nice restaurants, but with lower prices, because the Spanish market demands a lower price than the expat market. So we have some fabulous, we've got one tapas bar. It does seem like I'm always talking about food, but we've got one tapas bar called Arrgghh Mijas, which it's almost Michelin grade, and you can get tapas starting at around €4. So yeah, definitely, if you come to Alhaurin de la Torre, then visit tapas bar Arrgghh Mijas. Right, now we're coming to the main roundabout out of Alhaurin, so we can start talking about the other towns that we're going to see on our journey. And you'll see now, after many years, you probably can't see now. I'm actually not going to disturb the camera. It took me that long to set it up. Two things: this area here on the right hand side, which is clear, the area which is clear in front of you and where we've just driven past, that is all going to be the new airport city, apparently. So way back in 2006, 2007, when the boom was happening, before the crisis, the economic crisis, there was ambitious plans put in place for an airport city. Basically, it's in Alhaurin de la Torre, and it's going to cross over to where the border is, frontera they say in Spanish, with Malaga. And basically it's going to connect an industrial site, hotels, new housing, all to the airport. It's basically going to be like well, an airport city, that evidently was dumped in the crisis, and now the plans have been picked up and finally approved again, and it looks like that is going to happen. Now you'll see in front of me here, you may see there's a lot of work going on to the left hand side. Well, that is the new entrance into Alhaurin. At the moment it's only single file out and in, and they're going to make it into a dual carriageway out and in. That's been going on for around 10 years. That'd be a very political decisions and problems between the two main parties here as to why that hasn't happened, but finally it's going ahead, which initially, albeit it's going to feed traffic to the airport city, was also for security reasons, because people were queuing to get into Alhaurin on the motorway. So there we go, the sun's blinding you now. Now this main roundabout, if you can see it, if the sun's not blinding you, is going to be the main roundabout that actually feeds the airport on the main road. So instead of coming in the coastway, which most people are accustomed to, you'll end up, if you're coming on the main motorway from either east or west, you'll be able to come down the AP7 and get to the airport that way. At the airport, you actually see there's a stretch of motorway that they built just at the beginning of the plans, and that's been laid now and abandoned for the last 15 years. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully that will happen and bring more work and jobs to the area. And here we are on the A7, AP7 should I say. I think it's the A7, I should know, shouldn't I? This is the main road, 4 carriageways. It was built around, it's going to be 15 years ago now this has been in place. Here we go, E15 A7, there we go. It does merge onto the AP7 when you get to Marbella. You have to start paying, or even before that. That's right, we'll show you the pay road because we've got to go past it. So A7, E15. And we're coming up to what they call the Churriana tunnel. So Churriana is the first town we can talk about. Churriana isn't actually a town, it's what they call a barrio. Barrio is like an area, or a suburb, sorry, should we say. Churriana is a suburb of Malaga, albeit it's quite far away from the capital. It's probably the most furthest outreach. And you have there, what do you have there? You have in Churriana a fantastic fish restaurant called La Batalla. Again, always seems like I'm talking about food. Various supermarkets, very close to IKEA, and obviously Plaza Mayor, which is part of Malaga as well. Churriana's okay. It's not that much to write home about, to be honest. If you're into plane spotting, now Churriana's the place to go, because it backs on to the airport the other side, and there's a road which is literally just between one fence between you and the planes, and a lot of plane spotters sit there in Churriana. So there you go, that's something positive we can say about Churriana. Plane spotting. It's plane spotters heaven. That's what Churriana is. It's also very good if you like seafood. The 998, that's the turn off for Torremolinos. So we're coming up to Torremolinos now. This is where the the A7 meets the motorway that runs through the old 340, which runs through Malaga, then turns into a motorway and takes the coast road, which I also thought was called the A7, I have to be fair. This is sort of this road was built as the Malaga bypass, and the other road was always there. That was the main motorway from years ago, and this is where the two meet up. So we go from 4 to 3 lanes, then back out to 4 again. There you go, see it comes from underneath us. Just passing Torremolinos. Torremolinos is a fabulous town, first coastal town west of Malaga. Has its own extranjeria, has its own foreign office, very good office. Torremolinos for us is our sort of where we can normally get the last ditch appointments. If someone needs an appointment quickly, we can normally get one in at Torremolinos. You'll find there's a lot of cancellations, or they'll be very last minute. You can pop up, whereas the other places, other offices, it's just impossible. So if someone needs an appointment quickly, we can normally get it in Torremolinos. And don't forget, you can come from any part of Malaga if you live in Malaga to go there. Very old school office, an incredibly old school office, but nice people. I have to say, very efficient, very nice. Recently we had a problem there with a visa that turns out the person who got there, the visa hadn't actually been registered on the system. Someone hadn't hit a button. That would normally mean that they have to contact immigration, come back in a couple of days when we've got it sorted out. And I have to say, the guy behind the counter insisted, got hold of immigration and got it sorted out there, and then it was an hour and a half's wait, which seems, an hour and a half seems a lot, but believe you me, if you've lived here 23 years and you've seen immigration how it used to be, if you got out in an hour and a half, it was a bonus. So yeah, Torremolinos is also, it's got a very, very big immigrant population across the board, a lot of nationalities, which means that you get some great shops there. You get different shops, you get Chinese shops, you get Moroccan shops, Moroccan butchers, there's South American shops, there's African shops, so it really is, it's a great place to have a wander around and find some really authentic ethnic things from other cultures, if you want to, if you fancy something different from Spanish. There's a fantastic Chinese wholesalers there actually who sells food, which is good. What else? We've got a great water park, fantastic water park, Crocodile Park, and the famous Carrihuela, which is the at the front there, the beach. And don't forget the Hotel Pez Espada. If you don't know about the Pez Espada, research it. Very, very famous hotel, probably most famous on the coast in the olden days. Now we're going past Arroyo de Miel, which is part of Benalmadena being the next town along. Arroyo de Miel as well, it's got its own little town hall office. That is where the foreign office, the extranjeria for Benalmadena is. Again, a very old one, but very efficient. They're good. The appointments there run 3 or 4 months time. It's terrible to get an appointment there. So if you're planning well in advance, we recently did a few people we could plan in well in advance, you can get an appointment there, but generally it's not one of the offices that we use, because I mean, I think now they're already running in May, and that doesn't always work for everybody. Again, Arroyo de Miel, really nice high street there to walk up and down, and it's just above a place called La Paloma. In English it's the Paloma Park, in Spanish La Parque de Paloma, which is the Dove Park. Really nice place to have a walk around. It's got a cactus garden, it has animals, it's free entry, you can take a picnic, just sit there, chill out. There's a couple of little bars to have a beer if you want one, and yeah, definitely worth a visit, La Paloma Park. If you're with family, friends, or people are visiting you here in Malaga, bring them down to Benalmadena. There's plenty of parking around the back end towards the sea world type place. There's a Selwo sea thing with seals and dolphins out the back. Again, been there with the kids, that was a great place as well. So you really can make a full day of it just in that little area. And I believe they have markets there as well. I'm not really much of a market person, but we've been there before and they've had markets just out the back of Paloma Park. But couldn't tell you what day that's on. And we're just coming past now what will be the exit for the village, Benalmadena village, and Mijas Pueblo. So Pueblo Benalmadena and Pueblo de Mijas. So that's the 2 old towns. They are the original towns from where the municipalities grew from. Again, great places to visit. Both are, Mijas is more of a your most typical Andalusian white village that you can get. Now this one evidently is very touristy now, but it's a beautiful town to visit. Great views up there. You can take a horse and cart carriage ride for 25 euros with a family around the town. They have donkeys up there which they used to use as taxi donkeys. I believe they're very, very strict about their welfare now, so that's good, because we wouldn't want any cruelty to animals, but they are still there. Interestingly enough, the exit actually doesn't say Mijas on it. It's A368, and it takes you directly to Mijas Pueblo, but it only says Benalmadena from this end. Let's have a look what the next one says. Nope, only says Benalmadena. There you go. That one. Again, nice restaurant here with stunning views called Arrgghh. Slightly expensive. It's definitely a treat. It's not somewhere you go for a sandwich. Funnily enough, Mijas doesn't have a foreign office. It has a fantastic town hall at the top there. If you need a padron and you live in the Mijas district, then you have 3 places to get your padron. You can go to La Cala de Mijas, Las Lagunas, or Mijas Pueblo. I checked the other day when I did a video about how to make an appointment, and actually they're readily available. You'll find sometimes the year the Cala gets very busy, so if you do need a padron or a duplicate padron, the Mijas town hall always has appointments, always. Next day, let's get around this lorry. See, we're 110 kilometers away from Algeciras, so we're only an hour away now here from Algeciras on this point of the road. So that's us. Mijas Pueblo is off to our right now. We've passed Benalmadena Pueblo, and now we're coming down to Fuengirola. Fuengirola has such a small footprint as a town. It's so condensed. It's probably one of the smallest in footprint in meters squared towns along the coast, but it's absolutely jam-packed. I'm not too sure, me personally, I'd like to live there, but if you're looking for community and liveliness and things which are going on, I think Fuengirola your place. It really is just a jam-packed hive of activity and nationalities and activity and food and, you know, the beach and everything's going on. I mean, they have the massive concerts. This is typical in Andalusia. Yeah, there we go. Big sign in the middle of the road. Never mind, just leave it there. We often get really strange things in the middle of the road. Yeah, Fuengirola is fantastic. We have one little weekend here every year. I know it's only 15 minutes from home, but I try and run, and you wouldn't believe it to see me, but this is how I keep the 5,000 tapas a year under control, is I try and run the half marathon every year. It's a brilliant race. There's only 2,000 people run it. The atmosphere is incredible. I'm always last, more or less, but who cares? You know, you get to run along the front. There's, you know, what I found was back in the day, I used to run quite a lot faster than I do now. I used to be a 1:35, 1:40 half marathon man. And you're always looking for a time. I know that's not very fast, but you know, you're always scraping for that time and, you know, looking at your watch and not really enjoying the race. Whereas now, I'm just like the chubby dude at the back. You know, it's brilliant. I'm coming in at 2 hours 10, whatever. We just get to speak to people along the way, have a little walk, you know, and I really enjoy it as a social. I really enjoy it. I much prefer. It's not my excuse to not chase the better times and actually get fitter. It's just that at the moment I enjoy that. So there you go. But anyway, less ramblings about running. So Fuengirola, off to your left here, there's you know, just get stuck in when you come here. Go down the main road. It has its own estrangeria, again a very old one. Has a famously miserable guy with a moustache on the door. He's actually really nice, but you can't see him smile behind the moustache. But he does get a little bit strict with the appointments. So if we book more than 5 appointments in a day, he gets very angry with us. We get told off. But generally, deep down, I believe he's a softie, because he has helped many times. He just looks very strict, very regimented. This Fuengirola has this great indoor pool. Actually, you've got 2 rented in this area. You've got an indoor pool in Las Lagunas, and you can buy like 10 entrances to the pool for €30 or something like that. And if you live here, I think it's half price. Fuengirola, on the other hand, here off to your left, has another indoor pool. Again, fabulous value for money if you pay as a, they call it abonado. So if you pay an inscription to get into the pool, you're an abonado. This exit takes you to Las Lagunas as well, which is actually part of Mijas. So here we've got Las Lagunas, Mijas is off to our right, and Fuengirola is on the left. So this road literally splits the 2 towns in 2. So when you look at a map, you'll see that Mijas sort of has an inland presence off to the right hand side, that then swerves down to the left where its coastal presence is, and Fuengirola sits just below the town, the Mijas Pueblo. Now this exit, the 1016, actually takes you to Iceland, the overseas, I think it's called Overseas Food Company or something, which is the strangest. I remember going in there the first time I ever came to this area, and I had been living in inland Andalusia, so you know, you don't get many Heinz baked beans in inland Andalusia. Well, you probably do now, but back then you didn't. I remember coming down to Iceland here, and it's just a British supermarket. It's like going into the UK. It literally is. The moment you walk through the door, apart from the prices in euros, it's an English supermarket. Suffering now since Brexit, because obviously the prices have gone up ridiculously, I have to be honest. So generally I don't go to at Christmas we'd go buy some crackers, keep the tradition, but that'd be about it. And here you can see we've got, as always, the traffic jam. Common occurrence along this stretch of road, because this is only, I mean, this road serves such a big area, and it's only two lanes. You know, you only need one person to break down and you've had it, really. Off to the right, you probably won't see it in this video, but we've got the Miramar shopping centre. Huge shopping centre, everything you need in there. It's got a cinema upstairs, and we are going to be coming up to the Arrgghh Castle soon as well. Well, there we go. That stopped me in my tracks, hasn't it? This is one thing I don't miss about this commute. I used to commute this way regularly, and now I don't. Luckily now I work in Alhaurin and live in Alhaurin, so I have a small back rat run to take the children to school in the morning, and then I go straight to the office, and it's wonderful. Sadly don't miss this. Very close to here is the hippodrome, where they used to do the horse races, but sadly it's fallen into abandonment. I don't know what the town hall's plan is to get that sorted out. I'll actually ask my friend Bill. I know one of the councillors from Mijas, but he's actually with the opposition, so hopefully if they get in power they can sort it out. Here we go. So this is the cause of the problem. Someone chopping down trees. I suppose it's got to be done at some point. I'm not too sure. At 8:30 on a weekday morning is the best time to do it. Maybe could have done the old traffic study a bit better, but hey, who knows? There we go. Doesn't matter. We're through. A lot of construction going over to our right hand side. I've no clue what's going on over there. It's like some sort of adventure park, something. And here you can probably see off to your left quickly is the castle, Chapparal Castle. Now, great place to visit, even if it's just the views. I can't say as I've done the tours. I have to be honest, there is a tour of it. I haven't done it, just gone up there, took some photos, had a walk. But yeah, nice place to look and have a wander. Plenty of parking at the bottom. And evidently this is where they have all the big concerts as well. I think, was it Ricky Martin was here last year? I think this is where Robbie Williams is going to be this year as well. Or is that Marbella? I don't know. But anyway, off to the left hand side here is where all the concerts are. Simply Red were here last year. And I think that's some DJs as well. Some big DJs coming. So that was good. I'm far too old for big DJs now. Just going to try and come over and let these people out. And now this is a beautiful stretch of roads that takes you along the coast. Past what was Club La Costa here on the right hand side, which is now called Wyndham, Costa del Sol. You see all the old photos of this area. The area seems to be a lot of aerial photos that keep popping up on Facebook. So this is down, moving out of Fuengirola, and we're into Mijas now. So this is the coastal part of Mijas, heading towards the Cala de Mijas. Faro de Calaburra. There's actually, along the coast, there's all these towers which used to be lookouts back in the 16 and 1700s. We used to look out for pirates. There's a famous one in the Cala. You can actually visit that for a euro, I think it is. It's a 10-minute tour, but it's nice to go and have a look at. And we did them all a few years ago. My son did a castle project, and I was like, oh, let's go seek some castles. And we managed to find about 15 castles and towers in our area in Malaga. It was good. In fact, I honestly think I might update the information from his school project and publish it, because it was a great little thing. Who knew the Carterman had so much history in their castle? It's just rubbled out, but all the way up to Teba. If you Google Teba Castle and the history, amazing. Robert the Bruce, crazy history, all along the Guadalhorce Valley. It's the history was incredible. We didn't know any of it until we started this little project. And this is the people who are looking for the Cala area to live down here. Well, this is the entrance. This is what you're going to be faced with on the main road, by the way. I mean, it's great. The Cala's got a great community, and it's come on leaps and bounds in the last 15 years. But again, you know, access is along this road. You know, that's it. So, and it is always busy now. Always. So that's us. We're going to pull off. We are now going up to the Chapparal Golf Club. I'm going to actually a networking meeting. My networking group, Business First, one of the most fabulous networking groups on the coast. For me, it's nice to meet not only we do get referrals for clients, but to be honest, we get quite a lot of inquiries anyway. But it's just, you know, you get more ideas from people. It's nice to have we get an English breakfast, and it's also nice to have a chat with people who are going through the same as what we go through, which is running a business in Andalusia. You know, it's really tough at times behind the scenes, so it's nice to do a bit of networking, share ideas. This group's been going for over 15 years, well-established members, well-established businesses, many of which help us. You know, everything from Jeremy, our IFA, he's part of the group. He helps people when they either bring their pensions over or looking into capital gains or where to put their savings. We have an accountant in the group who helps us, Armando, you've probably seen him there helping us. Everything to funeral plans, so Ruth, she helps a lot of our clients with funeral plans. And we have, I'm in trouble now from that. Remember Tanya from Tiny Fish. I mean, she does all marketing, so her clients who come and started businesses, mainly people on an EU platform, are allowed to work, and she's helped them with their marketing and stuff. Insurance as well, Sam from insurance, and yeah, so it's a great place really to have connections, not only for us but for our clients as well. So there we go. I'll try not to hit the guy in the buggy. Well, a bit of different content this morning for the channel. I might do a few more of these if you can put up with my ramblings, and thanks for watching.